the journey, my little truck. I thought it was going to melt down, but it's hotter than I thought it was supposed to be today. It's in the 90s. I thought it was supposed to be like 85 or 80, but we're here. We made it. Here's the gang. Picked up a straggler with the yellow car, but things are starting to fill in down here. In the lanes now. 11th power down, so you can see my mirror racing the older guy in the Mustang. He looks like he has more car than I do, but I'm probably one of the slowest bunch here. It's a 7.0 and slower 1/8 mile. We'll give it hell. I just want to see what the truck will do. Second chance to the lane. 7-0 second chance to lanes 1, 2, or 3. Made it through our racetrack shindigs today. Didn't do as good as I thought I would do. I thought, race surface, it was a no prep technically, but they didn't scrape it or nothing. Like, it was rubber down. But I never even come close to besting my best time on draggy on Bear Street. Drove an hour and a half to get there. That in itself, I'm proud of the little truck, because at some point we had to hit construction that was moving, at a snail's pace. Truck never overheated. I don't have a thermostat in the truck, just dual fans. The fans kept it at under 210, 211. My intake air temperatures, though, all day long has been in the 120, 130 degree range, which had me a little worried. It normally is 10 degrees over ambient, maybe 20 at most. But got to the track, and first pass of, they had two classes. It was 7.0 and slower, and of course, 7 down to a 6. And I drawed old dude with a Mustang. It was a bracket car. It didn't have any interior, nothing. It didn't even have mirrors on it. It had template plates over the holes with the mirrors. Way faster than me. Had a full-on Hoosier slick on the back of it. It's purpose built to be a bracket car. And I drawed him, and of course I lost. I couldn't get my GoPro to come on. I logged with my HP tuners and my draggy, and I spun real bad. Had a 237 60 foot, I think, and truck went 870s. I couldn't hear my truck over his open header car, so I shifted this to, I think, the 2.3. Might have been the 1.2, but I shifted. The first shift was at like 5,500-ish, so I couldn't even tell where I was at. I didn't think, to glance up at the tack, there was so much going on, but first pass jitters, especially for me. And so I lost there. They had a testing tune going on during all this, where a buddy of mine, he has an S10 LS with automatic, very similar setups. I don't think if he has a cam, it's not a very big cam, but me and him raced. That was the whole reason for driving down there. We was supposed to race over the past weekend, and it rained, so we done a little grudge race. I pulled him by 2.5 cars probably. Draggy said I went a 860, and I shifted on my logs. I shifted everything at 7,000. Had a 219 60 foot. Like, whole run was better, but I didn't gain what I thought I would gain. Like, I had a 2/10 better 60 foot, and I revved the truck to $7,000 each shift, and I didn't even gain a full 1/10 on the big end. So it got me to thinking I'm probably running too high of RPM at my shift points. I could probably get by with something a lot closer. I still got the factory Trailblazer SS intake, and I don't think it pulls RPM quite like an aftermarket one does. But the cam, I know, loves to be somewhere around 7,000, but if the intake won't let it get to 7,000, I could run into problems there. So I after looking at my logs and everything, seen that there's no need in taking it to $7,000 if it don't give me ET. So after that race, we had a loser's bracket from the actual event, and I got in it, and I said, well, I was up against a boy that had I think it's a SS car, the Malibu SS's or whatever, supercharged. I mean, he's probably a 3/4 of a second faster than me. Well, no, I mean, he's well over a second, because he's in the sevens, mid sevens probably. And I knew I couldn't beat him, so I thought I'll try something. I'll shift it 6,300. Well, it spun real bad. It had another 2.3 60 foot spinning, and the shorter shifts, the truck still ran an 8.8. Like, it didn't fall off none. So I'm gonna try to Google what these Trailblazer SS intakes like for RPM, and kind of split the difference with what my cam likes, and see if I'm even in the ballpark. Because there's no point in beating on this thing, running it up to $7,000 if it does nothing for it. GoPro only works on one pass, and that would be the third pass. I got it lined out. And so after that pass, I mean, my night was over pretty much. I helped a buddy of mine who's got a pro-charged vet. Well, it ain't a pro-charged, it's a supercharged vet, but it's centrifugal. He done pretty good tonight. He run good, and car done real good. Left still winning. We just didn't want to stay all night. We was hoping to get beat and put out, and they gave him a bye. So he was still in technically, and we loaded up and left about 10 o'clock, and it was an hour and a half drive back home, and now it's 12:30. Still got a 10 or 15 minute drive. Still got the tires, well, you can't see it, but I got the tires and stuff in the passenger seat. Did get a roll race on the way down with the same boy in the S10, and he jumped out on me 3 or 4 trucks because I was in too high of a gear. I was looking at my mile per hour to make sure I was around 40 instead of looking at my tack, and I should have been in second. But he got me on the roll race. First time I've took the truck up in triple digits in quite some time, and it was well into triple digits. Like it was matted on 100 for one whole gear cycle. But for some reason my OB2 scanner didn't register the speed. But that was fun. I think I like quarter mile a lot better than I do eighth mile. It's just I don't have any quarter mile stretches around me here close that I can pull off. And I mean, if I can get a quick eighth mile, the quarter mile will be there. So I'll keep working on it. I didn't bring the tools. The truck wheel hopped pretty bad today at that track. Just enough to be bouncing the first 10 foot or so, 15 foot. Still couldn't come out very hard. I had to, kind of drop it at 3,000 or 4,000 RPM and then pedal it, and then once it's stuck, stab it and go with it. But I had a blast. I'm glad they invited me. I'll gladly go back. It was a real good time. But get this thing home, get parked up, get a shower. They made us, wear safety gear and stuff, helmets for daily driver. And that first pass of the day was brutal. It was 95 degrees. It's probably 100 in this truck or better. And I sat in the staging lanes just dying. But hopefully, there's a few people there taking pictures and stuff. Hopefully somebody got a cool picture of the truck. And I guess I'm gonna crash out of here and go to bed, and I'll see you guys on another day. Oh, and worked on the 6-liter, went ahead and pulled the crank and stuff out of it. But that's all for this glorious weekend so far, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.